Oh my God. What's up, y'all? Mike here, Shot City Yacker, out in the water with my brand new Old Town Sportsman 136 with MinnKota Autopilot iLock. This is the first day of its water trials. It's going to try it all out. I'll do a separate video with me going over all the rigging on it, but we're here on one of my favorite lakes for walleye, and we're going to put it to use, man. It's a windy day. Winds out of the west, 10, 12 miles an hour, and we're going to see how it does just as we're going to go about trolling. I'm already kind of surprised when I kicked it into gear. I didn't realize I hit the little propeller button here to get it to go, and it kicked, and I was like, whoa. But this is... it's a different feeling. I'm so used to my Hobie that, you know, this is going to take some getting used to. I'm used to having my H-rails here to grab onto, to like readjust myself for leverage and to hold on to. I don't have that. My hands are just kind of like hanging around. This is going to take a little getting used to. I have the foot braces here for steering purposes, and we'll see how this goes. I'll see if I like to do this more than use the actual remote to do this. I got my new Raymarine element set up. I've got my rod and reel, or I'm sorry, my trolling mounts, rod holders set up. I'm really just trying to get a feel for this and see, you know, how comfortable I'm going to be. And it's also going to take some time for me to kind of just get into a rhythm of setting everything up and getting out into the water. It took me a little longer than it normally would for my Hobie to get out in the water, launch, set up everything. That's just a matter of getting used to like setting up this new boat and figuring it all out. I'm just so used to the Hobies. So far, so good. I have a lot of room, man. Like, this is crazy how much room there is on this deck. I don't want to stand in it just yet, just because it's windy and I'm learning it. So, but man, there's so much leg space. This is better than an airplane. You know, I could just lay back. The chair feels comfortable. It's definitely different from a Hobie, not necessarily in a bad way. It's just different. But yeah, I'm comfortable. My butt's in here. Feels sturdy, and everything is hooked up here. We're getting a lot more wind blowing in here, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get things going here. This is different. This is wow. It's just, I don't know how else to explain it. Anyway, let me stop yapping and let's get hooked up and see if we can't break in the new kayak here with some walleye. Now, one thing that is very different for me is I'm used to having storage space underneath my Hobie seat. Can't do that with this kayak. The battery's under there. So there is a little bit of a cutout right in front of me where I can stow these little 3600 tackle boxes out of the way of my feet, which might be somewhat of a kind of solution for it. I generally like to have the tackle boxes that I'm using, especially if I'm trolling, really accessible to me to switch lures out and all of that. Real windy. I wanted to come out today to actually put this thing to the test in the higher winds. We're gonna go ahead and get a couple lures that I know do well for me on this lake. This thing is definitely stable. One of my biggest concerns so far has been, you know, how is this kayak gonna feel like out in the water? Compared to, you know, my Hobie that I'm just so used to. You know, the other part of this is that I'm running my new Raymarine element. I decided to get the element on this kayak as opposed to another Axiom, which I love. I absolutely love the Axiom. And a lot of the reason why I decided to do that, I feel like in this kayak, I will do more inland fishing like I am now. And I wanted to have that enhanced structure capabilities with the I don't know what they call it, hypervision or whatever it may be called. Wow, out of habit I went to go reach for the rudder control for the Hobie. And one thing I don't like is I have nowhere to put my fish bag. I could put it all the way behind me, but then I'd have to reach all the way back there to grab a fish or to put a fish in there. I kind of like steering with the foot pedals a little bit better, because I could just move quickly as far as trolling goes. Turn left and right versus clicking. I can tell that so far. It's weird not having somewhere to put my hands, though. We might try and do some stuff where we need a spot lock just to try it out, see how it holds up. But right now, I'm just really, you know, even if I don't catch a fish, which I hope so, you know, really this is just about getting a feel for the boat, trying it all out. One thing that I will say, I think is probably a little bit more trickier to do with this versus a Hobie with the pedal, is with the pedal system. I feel like I can tell I have more control. I have more control with my speed, right? Because once I get to a certain speed, say I want to go exactly 2.2, once I hit that, I can just maintain that pace with my legs. So far with the trolling motor, for sure, I can tell that depending on the wind, because I can go only in like these half increments, if the wind picks up or something changes, if wind dies down, whatever speed I'm in, I have to constantly adjust it up and down to kind of keep me in that same area that I'm, or same speed that I'm trying to maintain, which is, it's a little more trickier, I'm noticing. You know, like right now, I wanted to go 1.9, wind died down, and at the setting I was at 4.5, it pushed me up to like 2.2, which is not what I wanted. So I had to back down, and I'm gonna have to keep on constantly up and down, and you know, just not a deal breaker, just an observation. You know, these are things that I'm noticing that I'll have to kind of get used to with this kayak. What's gonna be interesting to see is kind of like how everything plays out once I hook into a fish. You know, like I'm gonna have to maybe I don't want to kill the motor, maybe just throw in a spot lock to hold me so I can fight the fish. So these are things I'm thinking about, and you know, waiting to see how this is all gonna work itself out here. Fish on. There we go. There we go. This thing's not fighting. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it knows it's hooked yet. What do we got here? Oh, that's what we're looking for. It's a walleye. All right, there we go. First fish in the brand new Sportsman AutoPilot. It's a nice little walleye. It's probably, actually, I can measure it, 17 and a half. Nice fish. We are just about to call it here in a second. We're gonna do one more pass trolling. Try to drop down on a big school of what I thought was crappie. Could have been just bass. Way down in 30 feet of water. Couldn't get nothing to bite. But spot lock was like phenomenal. Just sitting on them. And man, that right there alone, it's like, it's gonna be a great asset going forward with fishing and stuff. Right now we're gonna do one more pass, see if with the sun starting to go down, if the crappie, I'm sorry, not the crappie, the walleye will get a couple more bites in with the troll real quick, and if not, that'll be a wrap for this video. So I'll just say goodbye right now, just in case nothing happens. And well, this was a great experience. First day out in the water with the new Old Town Sportsman 136. I'm impressed. Feels good. Initial impressions. And yeah, a lot more to talk about. Review video will be coming soon. How I rigged it, and then I'll even do a comparison of a Pro Angler against this one, especially for those of you guys who are Hobie guys that are thinking about switching over for whatever reason, or just adding it to your arsenal. Yeah, hopefully that'll be some good info for you guys. So that being said, tight lines, and I'll see you guys in the next video.